so-called flying saucers.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. It's rotating.
Welcome to Kill the Stigma. So today I was just riding this drone flap, right, and I was thinking about it, and I'm like thinking about everything that's going on with the world. We're on the brink of World War III. Secretary of Defense calls in a bunch of all the generals and admirals to meet in one place. That's unheard of. We don't know what it's about. It's a mystery. But something's going on, something big. And I'm thinking about these drones and how they're shutting airports down. And I realize this is important, so important, and it makes me feel good because sometimes I feel like, man, this UAP rabbit hole, it's like not even worth paying attention to. And then these waves, these flaps happen, and I'm like, this is super important. So I'm gonna report on this as much as I can. I'm also gonna try to do more videos. I'm gonna try to set a few goals, to do it more consistent, learn a little bit, because I suck at editing. I wanna learn, I wanna try to produce a better product. Like right now I'm just holding my phone, right? But I'm about to be I'm here at the gym, and day one I gotta get back in shape, and I wanna that's another goal I have. Anyways, let's get to the drones, why they matter, why you should be concerned, and could these things be dangerous? Well, yes. A lot of people in UAP Twitter, UFO Twitter are like, these things are here to save us from ourselves. They're removing nukes, so they're concerned. I'm not buying that, man. I see it a little bit concerning, I'm not gonna lie. And if they are trying to do that, they're doing it in a way that's, I don't know. But whatever, I think what they're doing is they're testing how we respond to this. And they're testing our vulnerabilities. A lot of people are talking about cyber attacks. Anyways, let's get to the meat of this. Let's go back a little bit in history, okay? Let's go back to 2023, January.
The next mystery drone incursion occurred in January of 2023 over Arizona's Luke Air Force Base, a secure airspace.
Two F-16s, an A-10, and the Air Force's newest fighter, the F-35. All of these jets encountered drones over the Arizona desert between January and military aircraft. From 2022 to early 2023, fighter pilots spotted drones south and southwest of Luke Air Force Base 22 times. Some of those incidents took place over the Barry Goldwater Range, which is closed off to most civilians.
This Arizona drone incursion resulted in the downing of an F-16 that collided with a mystery drone.
Range, restricted airspace where Air Force pilots take the most advanced fighter jets in the world through their paces. But we found 3 instances in late 2022 and early 2023 where pilots reported seeing unmanned drones out here, one of them striking the canopy of an F-16. One incident, a drone collided with an F-16. In others, the pilots were flying F-35s, the most technologically advanced fighters in the world.
Even though the collision caused an F-16 to land, the mystery drone that caused it was never found, nor the source of any of the incursions in Arizona in January of 2023.
These flights are illegal, but so far none of them has resulted in an arrest.
The thing that's concerning about this is that we have a pattern of this now. This has been happening. It seems to be getting more aggressive, more assertive. The length of time between incidents seems like it's maybe decreasing. So we had this happen over Guam back in maybe 2018, Anderson Air Force Base, We've had these incidents then in 2019 around a number of Navy ships. In some cases, these objects, these devices have actually been sort of taunting us. They've flown right up to the bridge of a Navy ship and shone bright lights right in on the captain and senior crew, as though thumbing their noses at them. And we don't know where those things were coming from or who was operating them. So these are just, to me, absolutely unacceptable. This is an unacceptable pattern to allow to continue. We absolutely need to get to the bottom of this. And there's more that we can do and more that we should be doing. I think, for one thing, for some of these drone-like objects that are violating some of our very sensitive airspace, I think we need to get our hands on some of those things. I think there are ways we can. They've tried using some systems to jam their signals, which apparently haven't worked, which is, again, concerning.
Of course.
But if we need to, we ought to be able to get our hands on some of those things, whether it's threats or shooting them down or whatever. They don't have a right to be flying where they're flying. And of course, we have to be careful about using force and so forth, et cetera. It's not our first instinct, and that's a good thing. But this is getting to a point where it seems to me it's becoming intolerable.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So Christopher Mellon says that these things are intensifying in the waves they're coming. He also says that they're getting more aggressive. Like they're kind of like provoking the military. He says that we have to shoot one of these things down and bring him down, and that there's ways to do that our usual jamming drone stuff is not working, but that there's other ways to do that. I don't know, an EMP, I don't know what he's talking about. But I don't know if that's a good idea. I get it though, because these things are getting a little bit out of control, and they're putting, I honestly do see it as a national security threat, what they're doing. I see it from that point of view at this point, because you're shutting down airports, you're hitting planes, and God knows what else they're doing that we don't know about. I mean, I talked about the Secretary of Defense calling a meeting with the generals and admirals. What if he has to do that because all the encrypted things they use are compromised? What if they know that? That's a big what if. I'm speculating hard. Could have nothing to do with the drones. But the thing is, there's ways to communicate, and it's almost like, no, this has to be in person. Why? It's interesting. It's weird. It's risky to have all generals and admirals in the same place at once. Could you imagine? I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like something big is happening. And let's say, hypothetically speaking, this is not Russia, this is not China, and it is a non-human intelligence fucking with us. That would be big, right? Especially what they're doing, coming in waves and flaps like this, and they're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And I guarantee you, a prediction I'll make, this drone flap, this wave is just starting. It's probably going to last a month or two, like they usually do, and it's going to spread. All right? It's going to spread all over the world. It's probably going to end up in the U.S. at some point, maybe a week from now, maybe 2 weeks. I've been studying this quite a bit, and I've been noticing a lot of patterns. So I think that's what's going to happen, but like, what is this? You know, we see these things like orbs. Sometimes they're mimicking our craft. They look like they have FAA lights, but they just don't look quite right. The videos are terrible. I just embarrassed myself in the last video in the end there. The good thing is, I don't care about UFO Twitter. I don't care what people say. I don't... Fuck, dude. I don't give up. Anyways, I should. I feel like I should care more what people think. But I just really don't, honestly. And that's kind of a double-edged sword sometimes. But anyways, the end of the day, the most important thing is live by the golden rule. Treat people how you want to be treated. And I wish there was a little bit more of that in UFO Twitter, but that's okay. That's my personal experience. Whatever. Where was I going? I went on a tangent. Something big is happening, guys. The UFO phenomena has different things that it does, right? From cattle mutilations, abductions, which you don't hear much about anymore, crop circles. And these things, if you notice, like the crop circle started like in the 80s, 90s, bam. But the UFO phenomenon took off in the 40s, really big. It's been here before that, but in the 40s was when it blew up. 50s, it was the contactees, nuclear war, then the abductions, then the cattle mutilations, then the crop circles. As I was saying, so I apologize. The mystery drone is like the new thing where it's like doing something new, but it's different because it's not covert. Before, the UAP phenomena was able to just act every now and then, and your average person could ignore it. It would affect, 1% of people, just a random number, maybe more, who knows, but it was able to be covert and it wouldn't affect people's daily lives. And now it's not being covert at all. It's not trying to hide, and it comes in waves. It goes away, but these waves are getting stronger and they're increasing in time and patterns, and when a wave comes, it's almost like we can't do anything about it. But people are ignorant to it, and they're freaking out about Russia, China, whatever, and there's freaking World War III about to pop up. And we got to be careful. If we knew, this is why disclosure should happen, because if we knew what's going on, these people, whatever they're trying to do, let's just not freak out. Let's, this is obvious. What this is to me, it's obvious this fits the pattern of the mystery drones, that it's not Russia, it's not China. Russia's like, yo, it's not me, we're not doing this shit. So this is why disclosure is so important. And I don't know, man. That's all I got. I'm gonna work out, guys. Day number 1. Hopefully I'll be back in like a week or 2 and be like a 6-pack, ripped, well shaven. I know I look like shit right now. I got problems. I'm not gonna lie, I got problems. I'm going through some stuff right now. But it's gonna be okay. All right. So let me just end with this. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Peace.